go to the after show. Do we have episode 2? We do. It's only 26 minutes. Let's go. So we're going to watch the Valley season 2, episode 2, because they kind of like the after show gives us more juice. So in 3, 2, 1, I clicked it. Let's go.
Tom and I had a bar crawl we were doing, and we obviously it's 99% girls. And if you saw the underwear, there was like a tag on it, and some girl just kind of threw their underwear. If you saw them, they're obviously perfectly.
What?
There's nobody's panties. It was just like a random fan.
That's a likely story.
What happened?
And you would leave it on the bathroom sink? Jax, what?
Some nasty girl was in my marital home and used my son's baby wipes to wipe her cuckoo before she went and had sex with Jax. In my bed, I'm sure.
Gross.
She's wiping her stanky vajay before she gets pounded out.
So there wasn't a at the house that you were banging?
Not at that time.
When I tell you
Not
that
at
it was
that
the
time.
most
He
basic
admitted
ass
it.
thong.
Who wears straight up white?
In the show. It was like she was here.
She's hooking up with Jax. That's like, don't do it.
In my defense, hold on. People weren't throwing their thongs.
It is weird to wear a white thong.
You know.
See, the story changes.
Luke was on that bus. Luke was on that pub crawl, so that was bull. Like, nothing about that story was even true.
Oh my God, he's such a liar. Everyone is saying he's lie.
Throw, and now it's a handoff.
No, like some girl gave you.
He's like, fine, I cleaned up, and I meant to throw away her underwear.
Oh my God.
Well, for the crawl.
Jax is really good at making up stories that
Obviously.
fit his narrative.
Oh my God.
That's terrible. He's wackadoo.
That he went to Michigan State, and then he was like in the Navy, and he was deployed to Afghanistan.
And he
like,
wasn't?
That's why he has his freedom tattoo, and like all the that we thought to be true. None of it.
Do you have a thong on right now, or?
I don't, but I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
And I had it in my my bag. I keep like a.
Pathological.
He lied about being in the Navy and going to Afghanistan? Bro, what's wrong with you?
Ain't no way you're cheating, having somebody over, and don't cover your shit up.
Right.
Well, not cheating.
I really think he wanted her to see
cheating?
it. I don't care. Whatever.
Right.
Oh.
No one is to come into this house,
Marital home.
and don't bring, any thoughts, and I won't bring any dudes around Cruz. There were
Exactly.
just 2 rules,
Yep.
and she followed the rules. He didn't.
Right. Obviously.
He knew he was,
The wipe on top.
to show her, like,
He
I had
maybe
sex with her.
did.
Like, come on.
I'm a little bit with this narrative. It was either the girls
And
Skin to the wind.
or
Like,
he
put
did
it back in.
He set it up.
Hey, wrap them in toilet paper, throw it away or something. Like to leave it just on the counter.
And the counter is weird.
Or she wanted Brittany to find it.
Or she wanted Brittany to
That's what I'm thinking. Jax is nasty. I will never go anywhere near that man's penis ever again.
You gotta stay away from it, girl. It's been in a lot of places.
Never in my life have ever called her fat. I would never ever call her that. That's no.
Complete liar.
I've been with her crying because you called her ugly, fat, told her
I
nobody
never
wants
called her fat.
Jax,
Oh God.
Never.
I've been here when you've said
I
it.
Really?
love women that look like her.
Oh God.
I've seen it. I've read it.
She's read it.
Literally right after she gave birth to Cruz, calling her fat. Amongst like much worse ways to say it.
I'm sure Lala's seen that.
Yeah, I have.
I've read text messages. She showed me text messages. So.
Get on a treadmill. Get on a treadmill. Why aren't you working out? Like, you need to work out. You're so fat.
Oh my God.
Stretch marks from having his son. He would say that I looked like a tree trunk.
And hasn't he said things like that even in front of her family?
This is terrible. Around her family?
What relationship have you ever been in that people don't get in arguments and fights?
Oh my God, Jax.
I love her body. I love everything about it.
When Jax has a camera to his face or an interview or something, he knows how to charm people.
Right.
But if we're just hanging out at my house and I'm having a party, he doesn't care to say things in front of everybody.
Right. Nice things about her.
Times things can be misconstrued, but no.
Misconstrued it, he said. It's misconstrued, buddy.
She's got a lot of, girl power behind her, but they try to fit things to fit their narrative.
That's exactly what you're doing.
No. She's gonna show up with the receipts, the screenshots.
He would say to me,
Even his friend is calling him out.
our marriage and stuff to look so happy and so good, and I would never leave him.
His Instagram?
Yeah.
Just doing dad stuff.
Yeah.
Oh God.
When the wife needs you to mow the lawn.
Yeah.
Off.
Yeah. He wanted everybody to think.
Right.
But he, to me, was horrible. And talk about how amazing I was, like in public and stuff.
In public, but at
then he
home.
would come home that very same day and tear me to pieces.
Really?
For like 30 minutes, an hour, and then come back like nothing ever happened.
Whoa.
And it was like really wearing on me. I was breaking out in hives. I was throwing up all the time. I broke out in hives every day for an entire year.
Oh my God.
I was holding in everything that he was doing to me
So
and like
bad.
believing his things that he was saying to me.
So bad.
The left side of your body was completely numb.
Yeah.
You had to go to the hospital.
Yeah. And they said they couldn't figure out anything that was wrong other than stress.
Yeah, it's stress.
Inner pump was over and he didn't like have anything going on and this and that. Like he was treating me so bad.
Really?
I guess he wasn't attracted to me anymore or something and he like let me know it.
Oh, that's so
Trying to get you used to his behavior. That's kind of what they do is they like slow roll it so that you take one ding and you're like, okay, that wasn't so bad. And then by the time you're where you are now, you're like, how did I let all of that slide?
Right. Like it's so bad.
It's not bashing somebody whenever they actually did these things.
True.
You know?
She's just telling the truth.
I hate people. Yeah, I just hate people being like, you shouldn't bash the father of your child. I'm like,
She's not bashing. She's literally saying what he's done.
I shouldn't be blamed for the way he treated me.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
I agree.
Totally down for bashing the baby daddy.
Yeah, Brittany needs to not be blamed for the way that Jax has treated her and the fact that she's just telling the truth about what he's done and how he's been a total.
I've had that conversation with Jax if I had a penny for every time, including like even since then. I think he's listening. I think he's responding truly and engaging. And I think the second the conversation's over, it's all gone.
out of his
Jesus
brain.
Christ himself.
I agree.
I've been worried about Jax for a little while. I spoke with Julian about this a few times. We were worried that one day we're going to wake up to a headline, about Jax Taylor
Instead,
passed
it was
away.
just Jax Taylor.
Oh, yeah. Like he was partying so bad they thought he might be.
I know he called me and Brittany called Janet and I just heard him screaming at Brittany. So I'm like, I'm coming over. I'm getting you right now. Took him to a hotel.
I want him to be better.
He had to literally go get him because he was afraid of like what he was capable of.
I want to strangle him because he just doesn't get it.
I think
he doesn't get it at all.
It did ultimately help him see, man, like, what am I doing here? You know what I mean? Like, I can't even see my kid. Like, I really need to take a deep look at myself.
Well, hopefully he did.
Brittany always took care of the house as well. And so she would tell me like, oh, I just put groceries there. And I'm like, don't do any of that. He is not your responsibility.
Yeah, don't give him groceries.
I've needed him to get help, but the main reason is because of our beautiful, innocent son.
Yeah.
He deserves to have a mother and a father who are both happy and both doing good. So he needs to get his shit together.
Yeah, he does.
I had been with Brittany where her and multiple other people were on the phone with Jax and they were like, you need to go into rehab. He's like, no, I need to make money for my family. Yeah, like I need to go to this appearance to make $4,000. Dude, calm the down.
Dude, it's a drop in the bucket.
Right, like.
Man up, make the change, and make the sacrifices that you need to be able to stay in these people's lives that you deeply care about.
I blamed everybody else. I don't need this shit. My ego was...
At least he realizes that now.
I don't know who you are, but you seem like you're really standoffish. And she's like, listen, you paid to be here. Let this place work for you.
Yeah.
You might as well just do the work. You might as well let your guard down. But am I glad I did it? Yeah. Yeah, it saved my life.
Sure it did.
Brittany and everybody saying, listen, you need to go.
Okay, at least he gave her credit in that,
When he went to rehab, Jason was like, you need anything, man? He was like, yeah, actually, I have this mascara that I sold on eBay. Can you drop it off at the...
A mascara he sold on eBay?
He's actually gotten pissed at me for a few times recently about this. I'm like, dude, it's funny. You've made millions of dollars on television over the decades, and you're selling free stuff you get on eBay for $20.
Right, what is he doing?
One was like a coffee mug.
I don't really give a what anybody thinks about that. I will continue to do that, and I will always do that.
Oh my God. What's the name?
Everything I sell on there, I got rid of a lot during COVID because, well, we were scraping money at that time, but I think everybody was. I think everybody was selling.
Oh, God.
The time put into run it, putting up the ad, writing a description, adding the brand, taking the
For
photo,
a $20
and then
thing,
mailing it.
It's sending an order. I agree with that. That's like so much work for $20.
Not defensive. I'm never going to stop doing that. Like, I'm always going to do that. Extra money and gas is expensive. It's for school's expensive.
Hey,
Why not?
I give him credit for being a hustler.
You could make a lot of money for a pair of panties with a baby wipe.
Oh my God! Please, you should sell that. Oh my God!
Being called out on this.
That might be his hobby.
I love it. It's a hobby. I like buying, selling, and trading.
This guy's sober now. He has nothing else to do but buy and sell.
I don't see a wrong.
He's an eBay guy now.
You dropped the mascara off at the post office?
You know what I did? Them the $4.50 postage stamp.
Oh, you
I
just
picked
took
it up.
care
I got
of
it for
it.
you.
You're a good friend, Jason.
What a good buddy, Jason. Oh my goodness. Well, honestly, I'm like, whatever you got to do to pay the bills, do it.
How is co-parenting going with Jesse these days?
It has not been fun.
Our situation is not good.
Yeah, we can see that.
You said forget it. I never said that, and that's not true.
Michelle, you told
Jesse.
Ugh.
Well, now you will drop her off to the nanny.
Who's the nanny?
Doesn't matter who.
Why don't you just tell, like...
We're doing our best with Isabella. We just changed her
He
schedule.
should have just said, it's the nanny you chose.
Every 2 days we see her so that it's not a long time that she goes without each parent. And then now we have her every other weekend.
Okay.
Because I don't want her to be, a week without her mom or her dad.
Yeah. Okay.
Conveniently forgot to tell me, but I put the pieces together. She told me a month prior.
So what?
When my lease ends, be moving into Aaron's house. And I spoke to my lawyer, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's how the relationship is.
We just moved in together.
Why would he want to do something about it? Oh, because Jesse would fight and be like, I don't want my kid near him or something.
I used to just do all of that by myself. So the fact that I have a partner, even though that's not her father, he treats her as if he's a stepdad.
That's good.
Really, really good guy.
It's a good, consistent home for a kid.
I contacted Michelle and her team, and I said, look, this is a 30-something-year-old man with no experience with children. If Michelle can't perform her custodial duties for, if she has to go out for a girls' dinner or something like that.
Okay.
The first right of refusal to take her, Michelle said, absolutely not.
Okay.
I don't plan to be a caretaker. She's already said, if this situation arises, she'll call you or get a nanny.
Okay.
All right, so I proposed the exact same thing. Why did she say no? And then I asked him, I said I wanted to come at least see what her living arrangement is like.
Okay.
And he said that something like Michelle doesn't feel safe doing that, but I'll send you pictures and videos, which he never did. And to be honest, Isabella's very happy with the situation.
Okay, good. Yeah, why do you need to see the house?
I know Michelle's a good mother and wouldn't put Isabella in a...
Relax.
Aaron's a good guy and wouldn't do the same. It's less about control and it's more about safety and security.
It's about control, though, too, because you see that she's safe.
And when he's hungover in a bad mood, then it's all my fault.
Yeah.
I believe he's a great father, but he was a horrible husband and he's a horrible ex-husband.
Ooh. Yikes. Yeah, when you're hungover and you're just extra depressed and in that hole, it's not good.
So do you think you would want to move in for at least the summer?
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm gonna try not to cry. This is honestly.
That's really, really cute. Living with someone though is tough, but I'm glad that it's still good.
Zach doesn't date anybody. He's never really had he had maybe a couple guys he's dated since we lived together.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm wait, he really loves this guy. He's falling for him, but he doesn't live here. He's still married.
Yeah, it's a lot
going on. So I was
Jasmine
a little
was putting
sus.
up her
I was
what?
But now I love him. I'm obsessed with him.
That's cool. Oh, they all love Benji. He seems super cool.
People were like, wow, Luke can handle Kristen and love her for who she is. That's how I feel about Benji.
Yeah.
He doesn't try to dull Zach's sparkle.
Yeah.
That's good.
And to think this all started with a Grindr date.
He said a dating app and now we all find out it's from Grindr.
months down the road, he was like, I actually knew him for about 2 hours.
Stop it.
Oh my
You brought
God.
some stranger over to Kristen and my.
Oh my God.
I will say, I could tell Zach was definitely more into him than any other guy I've seen Zach with.
Obviously.
He should be the face of Grindr. Like, you too can find love if you choose.
Benji wears flip-flops inside my house because he thinks the floors are too dirty.
Yeah, I was like, you gotta clean.
He has to stay there for a month. And he has to go through his divorce hearing. This is the one that kind of tells us what's gonna happen.
Okay.
Have an education visa. So he just comes in and out on a normal
like a
vacation
thing?
visa.
Oh, okay.
He just comes in vacations with me and then leaves. And then we just do it again until we can finally figure out the full situation.
Okay. So basically, like, they'll have to get married, right? And then he can just, like, live here, right? Yeah.
It's interesting because we had just sold Sheena and Brock their house. My history with Sheena really was only business.
Okay.
Why she wants to get all up in my business.
She told people, including a friend of mine,
Mm-hmm.
he's sleeping with other people.
And who's this friend? I'll call him right now.
Sheena.
Well, she's not in your business. The girl just happened to tell Sheena, right?
Verbatim. She straight up told me this.
First time meeting her.
And I'm like, why are you telling this to me when you know the first thing I'm
Exactly.
gonna do is repeat it to her?
Yeah, she.
Exactly.
She does. She's like, oh, so how long you guys been dating? She starts asking the questions,
I just was shocked that she was being so open.
Me too. Like, why are you telling them then?
Question, are you in love? No, we're not in love,
Apparently, they were just like openly talking about it at the party.
What are you gonna do?
There's something about Sheena.
Yeah.
When Sheena's, she gets all the tea. And
Sheena gets all the tea. She gets all the juice.
she has all the secrets.
She finds a way to insert herself to stay relevant, in my opinion.
Oh, God.
This is in the same vein. She likes to keep her finger on the pulse of everything going on. And
must be exhausting.
And she, by nature, she's a gossip queen.
Okay, whatever.
Knows everything going on with everybody. She's the first to know. She's got a lot of little birds out there.
Get to it, Sheena.
She just loves it. And she wants to ask. She will just ask you straight up.
I don't blame her. If she wants the gossip, she gets it.
Like, so Sheena works hard.
Mhm.
She's a great mother. She's,
She knows what's going on with everybody.
And she keeps up with her friends like no other. Like,
See, and that's the point. She checks in.
Honestly, like between her and her mother, the conversations that they have, that's where they just like constantly ask, like, wow. I'm like, who cares? No, they need to go in there with a plan. They want to know what the exits are, like what in case of emergency, worst case scenarios. And she's just consistently in her head, struggling with her stuff and just like solving everyone's problems.
Love that.
We're very cordial. I mean, we don't hang out. I don't hang out with Brock.
Okay.
Like I don't hang out with.
If it's not beneficial for her, she won't be around. That's in my opinion.
I can see
And
that.
I think Sheena,
she wants no part of it.
She wouldn't
has
invite
friends.
me over for like a birthday party.
those are her friends. That's why she's around.
Would probably invite. Well, I know I would invite her. I was thinking about the list this morning for Isabella's birthday. Like I'll invite her and Brock and Summer and I might not invite Lala, but that's a different story.
Okay. Dude, like, I'm like, come on. Sheena is not just here because she needs to have, like, the spotlight on her. I'm like, those are her actual friends, right? It's like, that's even frickin' Schwartzy was like, that's a little harsh, which I absolutely agree. Like, also, the fact that they're like, she's really hardworking and she knows what's going on with everybody, it's because she checks in. That means she's communicating with her friends, which not everybody has friends who are like that, right? Like there's friends who you think like, oh, they haven't checked in on me. And like if Sheena is the one to do that, then that's probably great for all of the friends. So the fact that these guys are like being like, she just wants to be in the limelight. I'm like, grow up, y'all. Like, just get over it. So what if Sheena is behind Michelle and Michelle is your ex-wife and you don't really like her that much right now? Grow up. It's like, get over it, dude. Like, this is how life is going to be now. I also thought it was weird that he's like, I need to come over and check the house out, Jesse, to the guy that Michelle is dating now. I'm like, you don't need to check out the house. Like, relax, calm down, dude. You know that Michelle is a good mother, which means you don't need to check out the house and be like, show me pictures. Like, I get it that it would be a little shocking to go, well, now my daughter is going to be living with this new guy who is going to be seen as like a stepdad. But he met Aaron or whatever that his name is and realized like, this guy is a good guy. He loves his ex-wife and he treats his kid, Isabella, with a lot of like love, respect. He likes the kid, right? So like, honestly, that's really all you could ask for if you're Jesse, right? Don't make it like difficult. Just be like, well, it's great that she met a guy who is a good guy and respectful, which means that he will take care of my daughter. And like the way he described it, he's like, all of her toys are on the porch. Like she loves her bathroom. She loves her room. And I'm like, yeah, so it worked out. Jesse's just still upset about like losing his wife, right? And I think he always will be because he's a little bit of a narcissist too, which is why he's sitting with Jax and Schwartzy. I think Schwartzy's a little bit less of a narcissist, but he hangs out with a lot of them. Tom Sandoval. To be exact. I think Schwartzy has a little bit of that, just not as strongly as Sandoval, Jesse, and Jax. But I think how terrible is it that what a narcissist does is they go out in public and they go, I love my wife so much. She's like the best thing that's ever happened. Isn't she like the hottest thing ever? And then back at home, Jax is ripping into Brittany, being like, you're fat and you look like a, what did she say? She said, he called me a tree stump. I'm like, oh my God, I did not realize that it was that bad. Meaning, to me, that's obviously an abusive relationship. He was being emotionally abusive since the beginning. And even Brittany said, it started in the beginning on nights out. So meaning he's gulpy, doing whatever, and then being really crude to his wife and like breaking her down. Because that's what happens in those kinds of relationships, right? You break the person down so that they think, and then you build them back up so that they stay with you and they think they're not worthy enough, that if they were to leave you, they're not worthy enough to find another person. That's how those like emotionally abusive relationships work, right? They take you down so you stay there, but then they build you back up. So you're like, oh, it's okay. It's good. It's bad. It's a really bad cyclical thing. Like, ugh. And I think it's just extra sad that this is all kind of coming out now, that it started in the beginning and just eventually got worse, which is how it is in all domestic, right? Like domestic violence situations, as well as being emotionally abusive. I'm like, whoa, good thing Jax went to the 30 days. I don't know if that would help him with addiction. I don't know if it will help him become less of a narcissist and help him not to become as emotionally abusive to his relationships in the future. Because I believe that it's in his body to go make them feel cool and safe, and I'm charming and I'm good looking and so are they. And then if he feels like he could possibly lose them, or if he gets in a mode where he's not feeling great about himself, that he'll start to rip them down so that he feels better about himself and that he can assure that they will stay with him so that they don't feel good enough to leave him. Hopefully he's not doing that anymore, but who freaking knows, right? I mean, we'll see. But holy tamale, like that's really interesting. Like that's wild. I think that's all we kind of covered. I'm also like, I'm totally with them. Why was Jesse's girl that he was dating openly talking to Sheena and the group of that, it's going to get back to Michelle and it probably will end up on TV. Like you can't, and then be like, I'm going to sue you, cease and desist. I'm a little bit like, do you want them to talk about you? And that's why you're harassing them? Because like Michelle will be like, she's harassing me. And to bring it up, to like cause her more stress to bring it up because you do want to be talked about. I don't know. I'm a little confused by this girl. Like, you told them upon your own volition the information that you were not in love with Jesse and you're dating a Baywatch guy at the same time. Like, then you don't have a right to sue. Like, then don't talk to them about your life. I don't know who this girl is, but do you have a brain? I don't know. I'm also like, I get it. If it's after the fact and you're like, don't talk about me on the show, fine. But you told them knowing that these people are on television. And also you're dating a guy who you know has to share his life on TV. So what are we doing here, honey? I don't know. Anyway, I think that's it, guys. I hope that you leave a like on this. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you guys think. Share this with your friends and family. Let's get those views up. And yeah, that's it. I love you guys to the moon. Don't forget to go to my website, TheTaraErickson.com. Get your gear, Dead Moms Club, Dead Dads Club gear, as well as a bunch of other stuff. Join me on Patreon so you can help this channel. That's it. Love you guys, and I will see you on the next one.